Hey guys, Jed Nemch here, and this is another Minecraft Bedrock Edition video. And this is a new beta, so a new update, which is the Nether update 1.16. And I know I haven't uploaded a video in a while, so this might be very unusual, but yeah, I've been very busy with school, and sorry for that, I haven't posted in a few months. But now that school's off, because obviously you know what's going on, I have time to make some of these videos, so I'm gonna try to stay updated and try to keep you guys updated. So let's get right into this video. We have a long changelog, but I won't go over the bug fixes. I'll just go over the new features in this new beta. So 1.16.0.51. So of course it gives you instructions on how to get the beta, and that the beta may destroy your world and stuff, so be careful of that. And let's get right into the changelog. Sorry, but it also tells you that the beta is a work in progress, and it's not going to be exactly lined up with the Java Edition snapshots yet. So if some features don't work that work in Java Edition snapshots, they might be coming in the future in later beta updates. Okay, so we have biomes. The Nether biome fog. So biome fog color smoothly blends between biomes. So now we have different biomes in. Like this is a warped nylium or something. I believe warped nylium biome, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, there's now different biomes in the Nether, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, now we have the next section, warped forest. Yeah, it's called the warped forest. That makes more sense. Warped forest can now be found in the Nether. Warped nylium carpets the forest floor along with all kinds of strange new vegetation. So this is warped nylium in my hand right now. This is it. If I put it down, so it looks like that, and all of this right here is warped nylium. Huge warped fungi make up the trees of this forest, with shroom lights lighting up the fungi canopies. So right here, this is shroom warped fungus. So if I put this down, that's the warped fungus plant. It will grow into these like trees. They look like trees, but they're fungus. And they are lit up by these shroom lights. So those, I don't know how bright they actually are. They seem pretty bright if you don't include the lava. So let's go over here. Yeah, they're pretty bright. So they must have a light level 15 or something around there. Don't know if that's exact, so don't don't. I did not mean to do that. What the heck? And I will go back. Okay, we're back in the Nether, and now I see some piglins. I believe that's what they're called now, but we'll get to that later. Warped warp blocks can be cleared quickly using a hoe. So these are warped warp blocks right here. I don't know if I see any around here. I don't know. I think there are those making up these over here. Those are warped warp blocks, I believe. Not 100% sure, but I believe so. A dark blue fog covers the forest. So yeah, if you go into the biome, you'll see a dark blue fog. Warped spores swirl through the air. You also see that along with the fog. And the warped forests are strange, but also the least hostile place of the Nether. So that's pretty cool. So if you want to stay safe as possible in the Nether, you probably want to come to one of these warped forests. I don't know how rare they are. I mean, I see a lot already. Already seen 1, 2. So I think there's another biome that's more rare. Okay, next we have the Crimson Forest. The Crimson Forest will be carpeted with the Crimson nylium, like that. Huge Crimson forests. Huge crimson fungi make up the trees of this forest, with shroom lights lighting up their forest canopies. So same thing. If we were to find, let me put it on crimson nylium. It'd look like this. So that's the quote-unquote tree. That's the fungi and the fungus plural of the crimson forest. Then we have weeping vines grow from the cave ceilings of the forest. So these are weeping vines right here. I don't think I can put the vines on anything, so can't worry about that. Hoglins, piglins, and zombified piglins wander these forests. Okay, so these are piglins. Sorry, no, those are hoglins. So that's pretty cool. I've actually never seen that. That's pretty cool. These are piglins. And let's get the zombified piglins. I have them here somewhere. Zombified piglins look like this. So zombified piglins are basically, well, used to be zombie pigments, which do not exist anymore. So now they're known as zombified piglins. It'll be hard for me to remember that in the future, but yes, zombified piglins. Okay, we also have the Soul Sand Valley. So let me get out some of my stuff. So now we have the Soul Sand Valley, which are also going to be found in the Nether. It's an open space made mostly of soul sand and soul soil. So soul sand is the same thing we used to have. This is soul sand. And soul soil is this right here. So, I mean, you can not really tell the difference too much, but let's see. I don't know if it slows down your speed too when you walk in it. Not really. So, I mean, maybe that's the difference you can tell. Hopefully soul sand still does it. Yeah, it slows you down. So that's how you know the difference between soul sand and soul soil. Basalt pillars span from floor to ceiling. So it must be pillars of basalt like this. Those will be in soul sand valleys. I haven't found one yet, so I don't know exactly what they look like. So this is a rough estimate, a very rough estimate. Ash falls through the air of soul sand valleys. A light blue glow envelopes the valley. And beware of skeletons here. So yeah, that's going to be very interesting. This is a really cool Nether update so far. So let's get to the block section. Okay, now we're in the block section. And we have many new block types that have been added. So let's get through this. And some of it we've already talked about, but I will go over some of it again. So we have two new non-flammable wood-like materials called crimson stems and warped stems. So these are right here, crimson stems. So they are non-flammable, so that's pretty cool. I did not know that until I just read that. Huh, it's weird. Interesting. And then we have basalt blocks, and we were just talking about basalt pillars, so yeah, these will be basalt pillars, and these can be placed in any direction. So I think if we go on this side, it would be placed this way and that way, so that's pretty cool. New ground surface blocks are crimson nylium and warped nylium. So this is crimson nylium, I'm pretty sure, right? Or is it warped? Warped nylium, sorry. And crimson nylium, we'll have to find it in another biome. I think I showed it to you. I don't have it here currently, but oh no, sorry, it's right here. This is what the biome will look like, something like this. And yeah, so those are the new ground surface blocks. Then we have new vegetation. We have nether sprouts, so this right here is a nether sprout. I think it only goes on certain blocks. It doesn't go in nether rack. I'm not sure how nether sprouts work, but yeah, that's a new vegetation. Then we have crimson roots. So crimson roots look like this. I don't know if it goes on crimson nylium. It does. And we have warped roots, which I guess go on warped nylium. So that makes sense. Then there are two types of fungi: crimson fungi and warped fungi. I did show that to you already. That's an example right here of of crimson fungi. Keep confusing myself there. And this over here is an example of warped fungi. So that's pretty cool. And you can try using bone meal to grow them. I will not show you that. I think we all know what it looks like. It'll turn into those kind of trees, quote unquote trees right there. Okay, and then we have warped blocks, which are right here. I think I showed it to you before, but yeah, those are warped blocks. And we have weeping vines that grow from the bottom of a block downwards. And weeping vines are climbable, so I think I showed you that before. But yeah, weeping vines are climbable. They come from the bottom of a block. New natural light source, shroom lights. I showed you that earlier. I will go back. Do I have them in here? No, I guess I broke them. Well, yeah, I showed you the shroom lights earlier. I also added soul soil. I showed you that earlier too. Whenever fire burns on soul soil, it burns with a blue flame. So that is awesome, and I'll show you what that looks like. So there's also an option for blue fire, as you can see, but I will just put normal fire to show you that it works if it's on soul soil, and it will turn blue. So that's just awesome. That is so cool. Soul soil can be used to craft soul torches. So soul torches look like this. So soul fire torches is pretty cool. They give looks like pretty good light. Let me go over here to see lighting again. It's a little darker. Yeah, so, okay. Again, I don't know the exact light, the exact number it gives, but yeah. And these soul-fire torches can be used to make soul-fire lanterns, which must give more light, but that is pretty cool. You can't put it on blocks. Or you can. You just can't put them on these. Or maybe that's true. Maybe it can only go on the ground. I'll have to experiment with that later. Using bone meal. Oh no, sorry. The wither can now be summoned using soul soil as a base. So you don't have to use soul sand to create the wither. You can also use soul soil. Using bone meal and netherrack can spread nylium. Warped and crimson roots and fungi can be put into pots. I think that meant to say can be put into flower pots. I think that might be a mistake there. I believe so. If not, you can correct me in the comment section. So yeah, now let's go to the target block, which must be used in experimental gameplay. So make sure you turn that on in settings by going to settings, waiting for it to load, and then go into your game settings and go down to use experimental gameplay, which you can only do this if you're not in the game currently. So you have to exit out of your world and then press use experimental gameplay. Okay, so now the target blocks, which are in experimental gameplay. And they say here, because let's face it, your aim could use some practice. So this is actually a good way to get practice, and let me remove this arrow in here. The closer you hit to the center, the larger the redstone signal gives. So yeah, this is a target block. So let's shoot here. My aim is not the best, obviously, but I will shoot there, and you can see it gives a redstone signal. So if I had this longer and I had repeaters and stuff, it could be good for a lot of mini games. That'd actually be really fun. So let me try again. Try to perfect my aim. Now get there. Let's see. A little too low, or maybe right under. It's better than my last one. But yeah, you saw the redstone signal it just gave. To make a target block, you will need. Let me shoot this thing right here. This hoglin. You will need 1 hay block and 4 redstone for this recipe. And it is added to experimental gameplay until it acts consistently over all platforms. So that's why it's in experimental gameplay, and we don't know how long it'll be in experimental gameplay for. Okay, now we're on to the mob section. So we're going to be dealing with the piglins, hoglins, and all of that. So first up we have the piglins, which are, you saw them earlier in my video. I will try to get some more piglins. There we go. This is a piglin right here. This should be, yeah, because it's not a zombified piglin. But yeah, piglins are an aggressive civilization that live in the Nether. They mostly hang around in the Crimson Forest, but you might find some in the Nether Waste too. They think of players as target practice and will attack on sight. However, if you dress appropriately, they will see you as a respectable figure, or tolerable at least. Piglins are suspicious of strangers, and if they see you opening a chest or mining a block of gold, they will assume that you're stealing and will treat you accordingly. Piglins love gold, and get very distracted by gold items. Gold ingots are currency to piglins, and you can throw ingots at them or right-click them with an ingot to barter for various goods. So that's pretty cool. I can't wait to check that out. Piglins sometimes get hungry and hunt hoglins for food, or they try at least. The results? They vary, so I would like to see that. So when they're hungry, they'll try to attack these hoglins. I don't see that going very, very well, so I can see why they say the results vary. Piglins prefer to hunt and fight in groups, and when a fight is happening, everyone wants in. Piglins that somehow end up in the overworld become zombified fairly quickly. Interesting. Piglins are creeped out by soulfire and zombified piglins and will stay clear whenever possible. So that explains why I was running away over there. Wither skeletons are a historic enemy and piglins will attack on sight. Baby piglins are not as dangerous. So yeah, so I guess it's not bad to be friends with piglins, because they'll start attacking wither skeletons, so they can be kind of on your side and they can give you various goods. So yeah, piglins aren't too bad. Now on to the hoglins. Hoglins are big aggressive beasts that live in Crimson Forests in the Nether. They attack players on sight, so be careful. They can easily knock you off a ledge. Hoglins drop pork chops, but not willingly. You can breed hoglins by feeding them crimson fungi, but to do so at your own risk. Huh, interesting. Hoglins get hunted by piglins, sometimes, but they don't go down without a fight. Despite this, hoglins and piglin aren't enemies. They're more like an ecosystem. Okay, so that makes sense. They're at the top of the food chain. Baby hoglins like to pretend they are tough, but don't worry, they are more like angry puppies with no teeth. Want to keep hoglins off your back? Pro tip, hoglins hate the smell of warped fungi. Okay, so yeah, you can check that out. That might be their weakness there. Just get some warped fungi. Now on to zombified piglins, which are the replacement of zombie pigments. Zombie pigmen are now known as zombified piglins, as I just said. And they now have ears. Well, at least one ear. Yeah, I didn't notice that. You see on the right side, they have an ear. The other side, nothing. So that's pretty cool. So there's a difference between zombie pigmen and zombified piglin. And then now we have netherite. So this is very cool. It's a new high-level material found in the nether. Use it to upgrade your diamond gear. So this stuff is all netherite. I have netherite armor right here. Netherite effects. Netherite items float in lava, so you don't lose all your gear after that unplanned lava bath. So that's pretty cool. Netherite items have higher enchantment value than diamond, but not as high as gold. Netherite tools work faster and last longer than diamond, so that's pretty cool. Netherite weapons do more damage than diamond. Yeah, I already said that. Netherite armor have higher toughness and durability than diamond. Netherite armor gives you knockback resistance, so you barely get knocked back at all when hit by arrows and such. Netherite blocks can be used as the base of a beacon, and netherite ingots can be used as the fuel for a beacon. That's pretty cool. Weird flex, but okay. They got jokes, I guess. Yep. And it looks cool. Yeah. And how do you make netherite? You mine ancient debris in the lower depths of the nether at your own risk. No insurance coverage for that. They have more jokes. Okay. Combine 4 netherite scrap. So this is netherite scrap right here. With 4 gold ingots. So gold ingots, not netherite ingots. And a crafting table for now to make a netherite ingot. So use 4 netherite scraps and 4 gold ingots to make 1 netherite ingot. And that netherite ingot, you can refine it into netherite scrap in a furnace or blast furnace. Interesting. I don't get that right there, but yeah. So that's what it says. You can refine netherite ingots into netherite scrap in a furnace or blast furnace. So you make netherite ingots with netherite scrap, and you can refine netherite ingots into netherite scraps. Okay, actually that does make sense a little bit. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it for all the new features in 1.16 beta. There's a bunch of bug fixes, but obviously I won't go over that because this will be a very, very long video if I do that. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Sorry guys for not making a lot of videos. Been very busy with school. I will try to get out some in these next 2-3 weeks, but you never know. So obviously you know what's going on in the world right now. Make sure you stay safe, be careful, wash your hands. If you're feeling sick, stay at home. Social distancing, I think they're calling it. Be safe. Help others out. If you have someone that's vulnerable, help them out. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully see you guys later in this week. See you guys later. Love you all. Jed Nemch out.